What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Just Knox Smith channel. You're tuning in for part 6 of this sub box build. We're going to jump right into it. No intro, no nothing. Well, I guess sort of this is the intro, but we're not going to do any edits or nothing like that. Right now, we are cutting out the hole for the port, and then I ended up going to my local Line-X shop in London, Kentucky, and talking to them, and they think that if the box was dead smooth, that the finish would be top-notch, top quality, like super even. He said that I probably wouldn't be happy with it if I left it rough, so we do sadly have to do some more sanding and filler, just filling in all like the cracks and stuff. So everything's pretty much smooth right now. There's just some cracks and divots that we're gonna have to touch back over. That'll either be time-lapse or it won't even be in this video. But right now we have the sub box out of the truck and we're cutting the port right now, and then we're gonna be putting the sub back in there. And with the SCAR sub, which is rated at 1500 watts RMS, we're gonna play it and see how big of a difference it made. If I'm happy with it, I may not get another sub. If I still feel like it can handle more and if it gets like a lot louder, I'll definitely get the sub that I had checked out that can handle 2000 watts RMS, which is what my amp pushes. So I won't have to turn my amp down to run the new sub. But if this makes it a lot louder, then I'm definitely gonna buy that fancy one. But if this one doesn't actually get like a lot louder adding this port, then I'm probably just gonna keep the sub that I've got. So pretty much I've already went through here and calculated all of the box diameter. This rough line around through there is 4 inches away from the port wall, or not the port wall, but the actual wall of the box. And this is gonna be kind of right above my driver's seat. I don't think it'll be kind of right here hitting my leg. I don't think that the air coming out of it will really bother me or anything like that, but that's something that we'll find out. So I thought about putting it right here whenever we was in there, and then it needed to be moved up some because that was actually in the way of our dowel rod. So right here will be nowhere near the dowel, and it's still that 4 inch. So like, let's say this was a 6 inch port, your arrow port would have to be 6 inches off of the walls, supposedly. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that down in the comments below, but from what all I've read in forums and such, that's what they recommend doing. We do have to shorten this 2 inches. I think I'll be able to just kind of heat up that glue and pull these pieces apart. Obviously this is just 4 inch PVC with two like end pieces on it. Right now that's 10 inches. We need it to be 8 inches, so we need to shorten it, because with that the box is going to be tuned at 29 hertz, and I don't really know like enough about it to know like what the difference in sound will be going from 29 hertz up to 31.2 or 3, which is what an 8 inch port will do. So we'll play around with that a little bit. I'll listen to it with this, of course, first before I even fool with it. But first we got to get this cut out. So I went ahead and marked this outside diameter right there, just traced a line, and then I flipped it over, centered this piece, and cut that out. And this inside circle should be just a hair small, so then we'll just start sanding around it until this can drop down in there perfectly. Throw the screws in, and then we'll be able to put the box back into the truck and actually listen to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this hole cut out. I'm just gonna drill a hole right here on the inside of this circle, go in with my jigsaw and cut that out, and then we'll just kind of test fit it as we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. I may have Scott film, I may not. I may just snap my fingers and this will already be cut out. I'm not sure. I need to get this done right quick so we can go ahead and put it in here, so then this week we can get the box completely sanded and smooth and perfect and get it dropped off at Line-X. So I'm gonna go and get this cut out, and then hopefully we should be able to listen to this thing and it's a lot louder. Let's go. All right, guys, here we go. There's a hole in the box now. That should oh, that's money. Look at that, Scott. I don't have to do anything. Just put it in there, put the screws in, and let's listen to it. Holy crap. You know, you got it, Scott. You can talk. I know you're filming. Don't be camera shy. That's pretty mean, right?
Oh, absolutely it is.
That's pretty mean. Look at that. Look down in there. Hello! Hello! Oh, gosh. That's going to sound so much better. I can tell already. Watch this. Boom, boom. How much air came out? All right, guys. So now we're going to put the screws in. Not even going to film that. Load this heavy sumbuck back up in the truck. Turn on some music and annoy the neighbors. I'll catch you in a second. I'm pretty happy with that.
The cut and everything.
Everything went pretty smooth, really. All right, guys. So I can't really play like any low bass music and stuff like that. That's not copyright. That's not copywritten, or would it be copywritten? That's not copyright on YouTube, and like you can look up any like sounds and stuff like of like, say you look up like a 12-inch subwoofer or whatever. Like you really can't hear it. Like you have to hear it in person. So the truck's going to be at Myrtle Beach Truck Week. If any of y'all do want to hear it and you're going to be at Myrtle Beach Truck Week, I don't care one bit to let y'all hear it. It should be completely 100% done by then. I still haven't tuned it, but I can say it made a night and day difference. And yes, it made it louder because I think that the sub is breathing more, but not only like louder, but like you can even ask Scott, like it made it sound like cleaner. Like it made it sound a lot cleaner. And I know that may not make sense to some people, but like the bass, like the lows, the mids, like the different frequencies in the songs, like you can actually tell it, like it's not all like blended together. Like I feel like it really, you know, hits the low notes. It really hits like, you know, the mid notes, or, you know, like the higher frequency low notes, so to say. And I'm going to show you what it looks like right now. We just now got it screwed in and listened to it and up in the truck. So right here is the circle piece that I cut out. And then, can't remember if I showed this in the last video, but right here's how it fits up against the dash. I just have to get all that smoothed down. And then, like I said, I think I'm going to put like a piece of foam like right here to where it sits up against the, and then I also have to trim that right there. So I just have to cut a little line on the glove box, and you won't really see all that once it's all up in here. I only lost about 4 inches or 3 inches of leg room, just back spacing that subwoofer so then we could maximize our storage space. Then coming around to this side, right here is our newest addition, guys. So right here is where the port ended up being and where it got put. And I think that it's not. Now, whenever it's getting down and hitting those low notes, it is blowing some air out. But like, I don't feel like the air really makes it further than like right here. So like the air like kind of stops at your leg anyway. But like, yeah, like if you put your hand like right here up against it or like back in there, like you can really feel that air. But as far as just sitting here, it's not going to bother me. Of course, you may want to design yours differently. You could have done, if you didn't care about your storage compartment, you could have actually ran an external port down here with an elbow like that bent, and you could have put it right here in this wall or something like that. You could have even done like a down firing sub with the port on the back, or you could have even put the port on the top, but I didn't want like stuff to like fall in there. I feel like right here, it's a pretty safe location. You could still put like a screen over that so like nothing could like go down in there, but I'm not gonna fool with it. I'm not gonna put anything in there. The truck usually only gets driven like around town if I absolutely have to drive it. Or if I'm like driving it to a show, you know, a couple of hours away. Like Myrtle Beach Truck Week is 9 hours away, and we're gonna be driving the truck there along with Colts. So we're also gonna be working on Colt's truck some too. I don't know if you all know who that is. But he's got a truck built exactly like this, pretty much the same lift. It's like a half an inch or an inch smaller lift, just because his coilovers are set up a little bit different. But he's got a 2014 Platinum F250, and it's on a striker kit. It's silver, and then all the suspension is a red similar to this, but not the exact red. It's like a candy red. But yeah, guys, so we got the port in. That's a huge step in the right direction. I'm going to go ahead and finish this off. And, you know, it's going to be a short video. Pretty much we'll just put this port in. But I want to keep y'all updated as quick as possible because I've got a bunch of headlight and tail light orders that I've got to get out. So whenever I have a chance on the weekends to work on this and I'm not working on other things, I want to go ahead and get these YouTube videos edited and uploaded for you guys. I know y'all like them quicker anyway. So if there's a bunch of episodes, I don't think y'all are going to be complaining about it, and it helps out the channel. Also, if you all watch these episodes through and through, if you sit there and watch them all, or if you even want to restart from the beginning and watch it, kind of, I know there was literally like a 7-month gap where I didn't even fool with this sub box. But here in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks, this thing will be 100% done. After we get it Linexed, it'll be like right there, like 90, like 80 or 90% done. All we have to do is just build like the face plates, wrap them in tan leather, and put them on. So whenever we get all of that done, obviously there will be a video on that. My next video, this thing will be Linexed, bed linered. The premium bed liner, Linex here in London, Kentucky, is hooking it up on the bed liner. They want to be a part of the channel, so I really appreciate that. So we'll give you guys a tour of their showroom in the next episode of building this as well. Show you all the wheels, bumpers, hitches, exhaust tips, stuff like that, everything they got in stock. So huge shout out to them, and that'll be the beginning of the next video. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and in the next video we'll get to see Linex inside and stuff like that, show you around, and then they'll get it Linexed. I'll see if maybe I can stay there when they're spraying it, maybe put a respirator on or something like that, and maybe get some shots, or have one of their workers get some shots of actually spraying the box, because I think that's something you all would really enjoy as well. So yeah, we will work something out on that and get that thing bed linered. Once it's bed linered, pretty much we can install it and screw it down to the floor. I've still got to drill out the holes in the bottom of the box. It's going to use the factory bolt holes that the factory center console used. I don't think I had the bolts laying around, so I'll have to get some of the bolts. Probably be a different length anyway, but I'll put a bead of silicone around each hole, slide one bolt through. I think there's 3 bolts holding it. I'll probably just put the 2 in. And I think that'll be good, because this thing's heavy. Like, it's not going to move anywhere. Anyway, guys, that's going to be all for the today's... But anyway, guys, that's going to be all for this episode of putting that in. So if you are watching these because you're thinking about building a center console box or any kind of sub box, take one thing away from this video, that if you are working with a small airspace, an aero port is a really, really good idea to get the proper port width and port length and port surface area and all of that. So this thing, it should be running exactly how it's, you know, tuned to run. And then since this sounded better, I'm 100% going to upgrade to that Rockville Destroyer. And I've heard mixed reviews on it, but it is supposed to slam. I think it's just more or less like reliability issues. Like I think like the first generations were like absolutely garbage, and they kind of updated them and upgraded them. So we're going to give that a try. And if not, we'll go back and buy a different Scar or a different, you know, if you all know any 15s that are good, that aren't over like 12 inches deep or something like that, then holler at me or comment in the comments below. Don't forget, guys, drop this video a like. Stay tuned for the next upload coming soon. I'll also try to make a couple videos on the headlights and taillights that I'm building. But that's gonna be pretty much all for today's video, guys. Always remember, everybody starts out as nobody, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.